both pilots.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
That's right, Randy. We're back.
Don't call me Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley, boys and girls, or whatever you are.
Good airplane reference there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I haven't watched that movie forever.
It's on every now and then, and when it's on, I usually end up watching it, but I usually, catch it like halfway through or something,
Right. Yeah. I was trying to, so I try to think of clips to play at the beginning, just some comedy clips or whatever, because this is technically a comedy show.
Right.
And then I was like, oh yeah, Airplane. That's a classic right there.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, that's good.
Just don't play any Blazing Saddles stuff. We might get canceled for sure.
Well, you never know what Sean's going to do. We might have, I don't know, we might get canceled the second part of the later in the show. Because I got two true stories to talk about today.
Okay.
And they're both nuts. So it's actually pretty funny. Talk for me real quick again, Randy.
Okay. What do you want to know? Are we doing all right?
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Oh, was I low?
A little low, yeah, but it's okay. I fixed it. So
okay, yeah, I think you were a hair louder than me a minute ago. But.
Right. So okay. So this is a true story, and this is for real. I'm not even kidding. Okay. I drive to and from work through the country because we live in rural America, and we can do that here.
Right.
So that's what I like to do versus like the interstate, because the interstate's always jammed up, especially this time of year because people drive like idiots when it's nasty out.
Right.
Speaking of which, real quick, I think the Midwest forgot to pay their gas bill because the heat is gone.
Yeah, it's definitely gone.
It's awful out there.
10 degrees when I came over here today.
10 degrees. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm ready. I'm so ready for spring.
Right.
But yeah, welcome back to the show and happy Sunday in February. Into February already. Come on, February and March, get over with so we can have a little mid-April going on and the sun start to peak out and warm shit up.
Hopefully, yeah. I will say, I don't want to say too much technically, but you're coming off kind of a little loud. I don't know. Yeah.
Am I coming off too loud?
Maybe a little. Am I?
No, not to me anyway.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe just.
There, is that better?
Yeah.
There we go.
That's better.
Okay, sorry.
That's a lot better.
We're still working out the kinks.
Yeah. Well, we
plus
got new equipment.
Yeah,
here,
we got new equipment too, so that doesn't help. But anyway, so here's the real deal, Holyfield. I was driving home from work the other night, right? Or the other morning, whatever you want to say. It's dark out. Anyway, you know what I seen? This is nuts. I seen like 50 rabbits off to the side of the road.
Yeah, really?
Sitting in a field having a clan meeting or a Cadbury meeting. I don't know what they were doing. But there had to be like 50 at least. And then
Easter's coming up here.
Yeah.
In a couple months.
Right. So then I was like, what the hell are all these? That's the most rabbits I've seen gathered all at once anywhere ever.
Me too.
That's weird.
I've never seen that many rabbits in one place.
Right. So
Usually you see one or two, maybe.
Right. So I kept driving home, and then I seen periodically a couple rabbits running across the road here and there, like they were late for the meeting. It was weird. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it was the strangest rabbit epidemic I've ever seen. I don't know if they were holding a meeting to fight off the coyotes. They were banding together. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah,
it was weird. But yeah, I've never seen that many rabbits. Like, I hardly see rabbits at all anymore. But not like that many.
No, I mean at my house I've seen maybe, you'd see one maybe here and there,
Right.
I mean, we've had baby rabbits. The dogs found the baby rabbits,
Right.
and stuff and drug them up to the porch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff like that.
Baby rabbits look like rats.
They kind of do. They're little bitty things.
Nasty.
But yeah, I haven't. I don't see a whole lot. Usually during the summertime, I'll see some like out the back door before I go outside,
Right.
like around my garden, of course.
Right. Yeah. Trying to eat the
Yeah,
veg.
right.
Yeah. So that's 100% true story. Just that's one of them. I got another one later.
You can probably go up just a little bit.
Who, me?
Yeah,
or you?
just a hair. You, just a little.
Do you like that?
Yeah, that's blood.
Does
there we
that
go.
feel good?
That's probably about right.
Okay. Yeah, so we ended up getting new mics for the show to cut out more of the background noise.
Right.
So now we got to try to figure out our levels again all over.
Right.
But it's fine. As long as that keeps working, we're great.
Yeah.
And as long as this keeps going on, we're great. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We always do. Anyway,
Yeah,
here we go.
Rural Americans, man.
Yeah, here we go. Here's some, I don't know. This is like kind of rural America, but I don't know if it is actually in rural America. It kind of sounds like it, though. But it sounds like this is like some city shit that people are doing now. They must have like overheard us talking. They must have listened to our show and they're like, oh, shit. So inflation is so bad, people are buying pigs and chickens to save on groceries and even holding off on getting tattoos.
Oh, wow.
Well, no shit. I wouldn't. I have tattoos everywhere. Like I know you can't see them now because it's winter here, and I'm not wearing a t-shirt in studio. It's not happening. It's cold.
Right.
But yeah, this spring, summer, or whatever, when I'm down here in a t-shirt, you'll see the tattoos or whatever. I'm sure. But yeah, tattoos are expensive. They're not a joke.
Right.
I'm not gonna go purchase any tattoos right now just because it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about, people talking about the price of the eggs and all that stuff. And actually, like, one guy, he's totally not really I guess a rural American that I listen to, but he's actually moved to a rural area.
Right.
And now he has a bunch of chickens and everything. And he goes, I just recommend everybody just probably get yourself some chickens.
I mean,
And he goes, they were kind of laughing about it because they were talking about, political crap and how things could go sideways pretty quick or whatever. And the one guy goes, don't you think the people with the chickens are just laughing at us right now?
well, yeah.
And then that guy goes, yeah, I recommend you get some chickens.
Well, my thing is so if people are getting chickens that's never had chickens, right? They have no
Right.
idea about chickens. They were like,
Oh, you can learn about them online.
well, I know you can. But I wonder how many people are out there locking up a rooster and a hen in the same cage. Like, come on, mate, I need some eggs.
Right.
Mate.
Yeah.
They don't have to mate.
Oh.
Just for your information. That don't.
No, they don't need. Actually, it's better if they don't.
Right. But isn't that weird? They don't have to though.
It is weird. Well, see, if they do mate, then the eggs are fertilized. So you might have a little chicken there instead of a
Ugh.
freaking egg yolk.
Imagine cracking that open, baby chick fall out in your frying pan.
I mean, I've heard of it. But
Yuck.
Yeah.
I'd be so disgusted. But
Yeah, I've heard of it. I just, but I mean, most people that have chickens, they don't have roosters.
right.
Uh-oh.
That was scary, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Scared me. I had to look over. I was in shock almost. No, we're good. still.
Also, they said I heard, now, I didn't know this, really. I guess chickens kind of quit laying eggs in the wintertime if if the daylight's not as long or something.
Oh, really?
So, but if you put a light in their coop, they get tricked into thinking it's daylight, so they'll keep laying eggs.
Ah, so chickens are stupid.
Oh yeah, they're not. That's what he said. Chickens are not as smart as what you think they are. As a matter of fact, that was a joke my buddy used to tell me all the time, and I know I've told it on here before, but
Right.
he said chicken just has a little bitty brain, and even it has enough sense to get in out of the ring.
Right. Here's a fun fact for you. The people that, in case you don't know, longest chicken to ever live without its head, 110 days.
Yeah, I remember that.
That is nuts. So people that don't know, if you can chop a chicken's head off, they'll run around.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Wonder why. People don't do that.
No, they don't.
Well, not that I know of any. I mean, I've never tried it. Hell, let's try it this summer. We'll gather up the small-brained people and be like, probably woke people, and be like, hey, we're going to chop your head off. Anybody identify as a chicken? Well, you can live for 110 days. I'm just kidding. Not trying to go to
Of
prison.
course you are.
Oh, lordy gordy. Man, there's so much crap going on that's scary. It's insane. Scary stuff going on right now, Randall.
Right. Speaking of, chickens and eggs and all that,
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard this or not.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to run down to the store and ask for Rural America chicken milk.
Yeah. Chicken milk. Yeah, there we go. The FDA approved lab-grown meat, but it still has to be approved by the
Not happening.
let's see, Department of Agriculture. It still has to be approved by them before they're allowed to sell it in the United States.
Yeah, let's not approve that. Let's not do that.
Well,
I mean, what do you want? COVID meat? Is that what you want?
Right.
No, thank you.
I don't want it.
I'm not going to even try it, which I'm usually a trier. Like, I'll try new things. But, yeah, nothing that has to do with a lab-grown meat.
Well, evidently they're using actual cells, like, meat, or, like animal cells to grow the meat.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't care. Sounds like some clone shit going on.
Well, that's probably what it is, pretty much.
No, thank you.
Something like that.
Nope. I've decided I'm going to the butcher. I'll pay a little extra,
Right.
even if I have to work overtime to get it. It's fine. I'd rather work overtime and feel safe eating what I'm eating than be like, oh yeah, let's go to the grocery and get some lab meat. What's in it? Doesn't matter. It's like you said when we were talking about it off the air. You said you're gonna be pissed if they don't label it like lab grown or
right.
whatever. Which I don't know if they will, because didn't they pass that law here where they don't have to say where the meat's from? Like, they don't have to say if, like, the hamburger you go to the grocery and buy is, like, from China or wherever?
Yeah, I heard that a lot of the beef, a lot of the beef in the stores come from, like, other countries, and it says, grown in the U.S. or something, even though it wasn't.
Right.
Or not grown in the U.S., but you know what I'm saying. Probably processed in the U.S. is what it says. I don't know.
Right. Randy's gonna have to get used to his new mic.
Yeah, I keep falling off, don't I?
Yeah, it's like you start talking and then it's like this.
Yeah, I know.
When come back
if
in,
I turn
and
my
then you
head,
come back this,
yeah,
and then you're back in again.
yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get used to that.
No, you're good. Well, the problem is that the mic that you used to have
Picked up everything.
picked up. Randy probably could have sat over there where you can't even see, and it still would have picked him up just fine.
Right.
That thing picked up some shit.
Yeah,
man,
it did.
Especially when we went and did the live thing at
Oh,
Fisherman.
right. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. But whatever. Moving on.
Moving on.
So, facing drone strikes, Iran warns any U.S. military action means war. Well, grand. Seriously? Oh,
Iran.
yes. So we're basically picking fights with every single country
Yeah, I know.
in the world. I think they're out to just destroy us.
Seems that way.
I mean, it does seem that way. It's like, all right, what are we going to do before the end of this administration? Let's mess it up so bad that it's going to take years and years to fix this. And we'll all be in war for years and years and years.
Yeah. Not good.
Hell no. This is not cool at all.
Right. Well,
Well, what?
nothing. I was just wondering if I had anything. I was looking and see if I had anything about. Man, this thing. I don't know. It's gonna take me a while to get used to this. So
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
sorry, people.
I think the best way to do it, how I got used to the other mic that I had, right, is
Yeah.
like when you're talking, just look straight ahead like you're talking to me,
Right. Okay.
and then
Yeah, because it's fine now.
right, and then just yeah, and then don't be like
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
NATO chief warns that Putin winning in Ukraine would signal to China it can achieve its goals through brute force. I'm pretty sure China already knows that.
Pretty sure.
Let's let everybody in on a fun fact that I'm sure me and you both know, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners know as well. If we weren't giving Ukraine money and tanks and all this crap, they would have already been defeated. They act like Russia's some like shitty little place that just can't win the war. No, they would have won, but we and the UK just decide to keep sending them shit.
Right.
If we didn't send them nothing from the beginning till now, Ukraine wouldn't be. Russia would done took over. I think
Probably.
it just drives me crazy.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're driving me crazy.
Okay, go ahead.
You're a little loud still.
Am I?
Now. Yeah.
I don't care.
I mean, sometimes you get a little, like, I mean, you go, you know, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm practicing my beatbox. Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying new
I'm sorry.
skills.
We're trying to work this out.
I'm
here.
trying new skills here.
This is all new to us. And now, speaking of the tanks that we're supposed to send to Ukraine,
Yeah.
they said that the U.S. wouldn't send tanks for probably a year
What?
because they're supposedly building new tanks for
Right.
them.
Okay.
Okay, now are they going to keep this going for another year? That's kind of crazy to me.
Well, yeah. One, that's weird. Two, how are they going to do that? They're going to be spending all the money next year on campaign ads and shit.
Right.
So Ukraine, suck it up while you can, because next year you're probably not getting much. That should be going elsewhere, greasing pockets and
Oh,
all kinds of shit.
oh no, they already. I think who was Zelensky has already talked to BlackRock about rebuilding after the war's over.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Didn't we talk about that before?
I don't know, but that pisses me off.
Yeah, BlackRock. Freaking yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Probably because they're gonna get the money from the United States government, and then they're gonna, say they're rebuilding over there, and then they're just gonna pocket it all.
Yeah, they'll build it the cheapest way possible,
Right.
and then they'll pocket the rest.
Yep. Probably.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I mentioned the FDA earlier. I got another story about the FDA.
Here we go.
It said if you get FDA came out and said if you get the COVID shot and the flu shot in the same day,
Right.
you're at higher risk of heart attacks.
Well, let's jump on it. No, thank you. And that shit's advertised everywhere.
Yeah, I know. It's like that's what there's been commercials that said, "Oh, that's why I have two arms." Yeah, I get one arm, one on the other.
You only got one heart though,
Right.
and if that gets fucked with, you're basically done.
Yeah. Unless you're rich enough that you can get a transplant or something.
Right. Yeah. Get you on top of that list, huh? Oh yeah.
Right. I don't know, man. But
There's like all kinds of movies and stuff about that shit too, where like black market.
Oh yeah,
You know,
organs.
rich people buying kidneys from like people's getting killed in prison,
Oh,
so they
man.
take their kidneys, and it's actually pretty crazy.
Did you know that? Okay, I had this. I was listening to this one show. Anyway, and they were talking about how the Chinese people, like the older like leaders, like high up in the government or whatever, in the Communist Party government or whatever,
Right.
a lot of them's had a lot of transplants, and they were thinking the reason why they were so harsh on the COVID lockdowns was to protect those people because they'd had transplants.
Ah,
But now they're actually passed away or whatever now, so they're thinking that that's why they lifted the strict lockdowns.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that either.
It's conspiracy
Yeah,
theory.
conspiracy theories.
I don't know. I mean, it's fun.
They're all coming true.
It's fun to think about, though, I guess. Or not fun, but I mean,
Entertaining.
yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing about conspiracy theories is when they're actually true, when they come true later, like you
Right.
find out all that shit was true. Kind of
Right.
like MK Ultra and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was all like, no, it doesn't exist. It's a lie. It's a conspiracy theory. Okay, well, yeah, that was true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it cracks me up.
You should probably explain MK Ultra.
It was that was the hallucinogenic, right? Trials that they did on prisoners
Right.
and shit like that. Yeah.
Right.
Charles Manson
Yeah.
was one of them. James Whitey Bulger was another one. Yeah, they would give these inmates time off their sentences if they would take these hallucinogenic drugs, and it's just nuts. But then,
And they were also dosing, like, guys unknowingly, like at brothels,
right,
and had a two-way mirror
right.
where they could watch and see what happens.
And then also, here's a thing that you should think about. Now, I'm not saying Charles Manson was a nut job. Everybody knows that.
Right.
But how can a guy that doesn't work, lives out on a freaking old movie set ranch, makes no money whatsoever, how in the hell is he getting all this acid to dose all these people?
Yeah, not only that, he was arrested several times,
Yeah.
and let go, and
Probably with a pocket full of acid.
the cops said that he was arrested, should have been probably incarcerated in prison for whatever he did, whatever he was arrested for, but was let out of jail several times,
Yeah.
and the cops said it was above their pay grade.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It is weird.
And there's also another thing where the government actually, I think there was a city in California where they sprayed the whole city with some kind of chemical just to see what it would do
yeah.
to people. And I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry, I can't remember, but it was something. It was something like mercury or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows what? Who knows what's really happening in the world?
Yeah.
No one knows.
Right.
That's what's crazy.
And the government did that.
Yeah, they do a lot of things that we don't know about.
Yep.
They also flew secret planes down to Mexico back in like the 50s or whatever, and was spraying chemicals on marijuana fields.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah, there was a actual guy that was talking about it or whatever. I watched the whole interview. But yeah, that's what they were trying to do to stop the reefer madness, back in the day or whatever.
Right.
They were poisoning weed. So beware. Well, I'm not saying now.
When now they're under government control of how they grow it in
Right.
like California or
Yeah,
Colorado.
Colorado, Michigan.
Right.
Yeah, it all started out as medical. Now it's recreational as well.
Right.
They know it's not. It doesn't do anything. I mean, realistically. I mean, it gets you high. That's what it does.
Right.
I mean, that's it.
Well, I mean, I guess there are some medical benefits to it.
Well, yeah. I
Like,
agree. I agree with that.
I think mental, probably more mental than anything.
Right. I agree with that. And then, like, it's not like they were claiming it was in the 50s is what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
Like, it's not going to make you go mad and crazy and reefer madness.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that shit.
Yeah.
What's crazy is everything used to be legal.
Yeah.
I mean, they had opium dens and shit. Doctors would give people meth, for weight loss for women. Just give them methamphetamines. Like, no big deal. Or tell you to smoke
Right.
because it suppresses your appetite. It's the greatest thing ever. And now they're like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
We want everybody obese and fat and worthless.
Well, you know what happened to the hemp industry, right?
Yeah, it got took over by the paper company.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't get taken over. They
They made it illegal.
He lobbied Congress to ban it because he made paper out of wood.
Yeah.
And now they say if you could you could supply the world with paper and even clothing and things with an they would have plenty of hemp.
Yeah,
if you could grow hemp and use it for that stuff,
Right.
It would be
Well, hemp grows 10 times faster than trees.
right. And not only that, I mean, but it's regulated just like tobacco is, like to grow it.
Right.
So for me and you to grow it, we would have to get a federal permit.
Right. Which I think is crap.
It is kind of.
Especially if you're using it for your own personal use. Like if you know how to grow hemp and you know how to make clothing out of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then piss off.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Whatever. Here's some fun facts for you. You ready? I finally
Okay.
found the numbers. Okay, here we go. I've talked about this a few times on the show, and I'm pretty sure I got like the numbers wrong. I just throwing numbers out there, which they were probably close, but here we go. North America, as far as just the United States, okay, has enough oil to fuel every passenger car for 430 years. Has enough natural gas to provide electricity for 575 years. And enough coal to provide electricity for about 500 years. In another 430 years, don't you think we'll have an alternate fuel source? Then why are we paying out the nose for foreign countries' fuel now?
Exactly.
That's what I mean. You're really worried about 400 and something years away? People, the industrial industry just started like a couple hundred years ago. And look how far we've came in 200 years.
In 100 years. In 100 years.
Yeah. Now, you think in 100 more years we're not going to have more crazy shit?
Right.
It's annoying. They just want to cram fake shit down people's throats and not talk about any facts. It's very
On that note, I don't know. Did I send you a link to it? I might have. But Wyoming is banning electric vehicles by the year 2035.
Are they? That's awesome. Perfect. That's what they need to do.
Right.
That's what a lot of states should do.
I think I sent you that link.
You know, if you want an electric car, then you got to go to where they allow them.
Right.
It just drives me crazy.
I thought that was funny because I tried to look it up on Google, couldn't find nothing.
Right.
And I looked it up on DuckDuckGo, and I found like 3 or 4 articles about it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to find shit on Google. that they don't want you to find.
Right. They
basically.
introduced a bill in their state government to I don't know if it's passed yet or not or anything, but they introduced a bill that's banning electric vehicles by the year 2035. Whenever California and Virginia is banning gas cars,
Yeah.
by the year 2035.
See, this is what I like about the United States is,
right.
States can govern themselves, which I really like.
Right.
As long as a federal law isn't passed. Now, if they pass, I don't think that would ever pass a federal mandate on like gas or anything like that. Not. I would say not in the next 50 years. There's too many people alive now that still enjoy muscle cars and shit like that.
It's like the gas stoves, right?
Yeah, trans-electric. It's fine. That's what they identify now.
Right. It's kind of like that, where they throw an idea out there and then they get a lot of pushback, and then
I don't understand how you can just throw ideas around like it's no big deal. Like you just somebody, they have think tanks, and they're like, all right, what can we come up with today?
mm-hmm.
Gas-powered stoves give kids asthma. Perfect. Hell yeah, let's put that in the headlines. Whatever. And then
Still getting one.
here we go. Let's let's not think about all these kids that are forced to go down and basically do slave labor to get your lithium batteries for your electric cars.
Yeah.
Let's don't think about that. Don't think about the giant fucking crater it creates in the earth to get the lithium.
Yeah, I think somebody was saying that the actual production of electric vehicles is more dangerous to the environment than freaking just burning gas.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say that's true.
Somebody said that, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I know it's probably just as bad.
Oh, yeah.
At least just as bad.
I think it's worse.
It could be worse.
I mean, I would think if the Grand Canyons started turning up all over the U.S. because they were digging for lithium, right? I think a lot of environmentalists would stop their nonsense.
Actually, to be honest with you, we'd talked about the cobalt mining.
Yeah.
We had talked about that in the Congo and how it's like tearing that country apart. Actually, there's cobalt in the United States, but they said there was no way we would probably mine for it here because of the environmental regulations.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
They said the biggest majority of that is over in Africa, mainly in the Congo, but they said there's a bunch in the United States.
Oh, I'm sure. You know where I hope it all is? Like Yellowstone and shit, where you're not allowed to touch it.
Like a lot of it is. A lot of it's on federal land.
See? Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a big chunk of it over in Ohio.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've never looked into.
No, I haven't really looked into it. I heard that Ohio had a bunch. There was another state, maybe it was Idaho or somewhere.
Right.
They had a bunch or something.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, can you imagine how much gold and all that shit is in like Yellowstone? You know, where you're not allowed to go in there and like pan for it or whatever, or dig for it or anything.
Right.
There's probably billions and billions and trillions of dollars worth of shit there.
Right.
But I don't care. I don't want it touched. That's like one of the last places that haven't been fucked up by people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Roosevelt was the man for doing that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because if not, that would have already been destroyed. You know what I mean? Yellowstone would be gone. There'd be big giant mansions built there and
Oh yeah.
all kinds of dumb shit. They would have just destroyed it all.
Yeah. And yeah, you wouldn't be able to enjoy it like you can now.
Well, it'd be like Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it'd be. It'd be a big tourist trap.
Right. Yeah.
Except it's a little more dangerous there because they have grizzlies and elk and moose and shit there.
Wolves,
Bison,
and wolves now.
Yeah, wolves. Yeah, they'll tear you up.
Yeah, you don't want to run across one of those. That's for sure.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize that. Like most wolves are like 250 pounds, dude.
Yeah.
That's a big dog, huge.
Oh, they're bigger than we are.
Oh well, yeah, by far. Can you imagine a pack of those things like coming at you?
I know, right?
The only good thing about a wolf is it can't climb a tree. So thank God for that. Because a bear will climb right up there and take you
A
down.
bear will, or a cat will too.
Yeah, a mountain lion.
Right.
Phew. No, thank you. See, I think that's the most animal I would be afraid of would be a mountain lion. Or
Yeah.
a cougar.
A big cat.
Yeah, because you can't hear them coming.
Right.
They're a cat.
Actually, me and Jennifer had this discussion last night. Shoot, I forget what we were talking about. Oh, we were watching 1923. You know, the Yellowstone
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that
prequel
either.
stuff.
Right.
We was watching one of those, and there was a cat that. Shoot, what was it? No, wait, no. I'm sorry. It didn't have nothing to do with 1923. We did watch that, but anyway, we watched like one episode of it. But there was something else that came on the TV, and I said, I didn't know this, but I just found it out recently. I said, there's no tigers in Africa, or tigers are not.
Like native to Africa.
Native, yeah, to Africa. And I said, and she goes, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
hate
sure."
when they say that.
She goes, "I'm pretty sure Africa has like everything." And I was like, "I'm pretty sure I heard it the other day. Look it up
Yeah.
and see." And she looked it up, and yeah, India,
In Asia.
Asia, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It-
India is bad about tigers.
Mhm.
They kill lots of people every year in India.
right?
Tigers will. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to India
No,
just for that reason. I'm sure it's like beautiful in some spots and all that, but that's
Right.
probably where the tigers are. So
Yeah.
no, thank you.
right. But yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that, and I just heard it the other day, and I said that to her, and I said, "Yeah, just look it up, see what because we'd seen it. I don't know, something on the TV. There was I don't know. Shoot, I can't even remember what it was, but there was something on the TV where this cat was like, threatening some people or something like that.
Right.
It ended up being like a leopard or something.
Oh, okay.
And then I told her that fact, and I said, "Yeah, look it up and see."
I will. I will look it up. No, I'm just kidding. You know where there's more tigers than anywhere else in the world?
Texas.
Yeah, that's a fact too. Isn't that weird?
I know. I told her that too.
I want to go to Texas, but now I'm scared. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
sure they're kept in captivity for, obviously they're not running wild. But remember that guy in Ohio that let all his shit loose just because he was like over it and then he killed himself?
No,
This
I
has
don't-
been like
I don't
probably
know.
10 years ago.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, so he had one of those private zoo things. He had bears and tigers and lions and all this shit. Yeah, so he unlocked all their cages and killed himself. So they're running around Ohio everywhere. They had to put them all down, like shoot them.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Pretty sad deal for the animals.
Yeah. Well, he's probably in a sad spot anyway.
I mean, I think it should be illegal,
I do too.
to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I told her that fact too, that there's more bears. There's more tigers in captivity in Texas than there is in the whole wild.
Yeah,
I told her that, and she was like, "No way." And I said, "Yeah,
look it up.
yeah, it's true fact."
Yeah, it is a true fact. Yeah, it's crazy.
And she goes, "What are they doing? Keeping those pets?" And I said, "I guess."
Yeah, or that either pets or the private zoo things where they can make money off of them or
Right.
whatever. Yeah, my wife tried to drag me down to one of those go pet the baby tigers and lions, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
No.
It's not happening.
I'm not doing that either.
I'm not helping fund this weird shit because these people. It's already been proven because of the show that came out on Netflix, Joe
Oh,
Exotic and
yeah,
or
Tiger
Tiger
King.
King and all that. Yeah, they breed these tigers and lions and all this shit, and bears and whatever for the petting.
Right.
You know, so they can charge a shit ton of money to everybody to pet.
Right.
Well, once they start getting too big to pet, they just kill them because they, they're
I never did watch
they're just
that.
another mouth to feed after that.
I never watched the Tiger King, but I heard a lot about it.
Yeah, so that Joe Exotic guy got, the murder for hire plot thing or whatever, but also animal cruelty charges and shit because they found a shit ton of tigers buried, like baby tigers and shit.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Wow.
Very odd,
Very odd.
but whatever. People are gonna do, I guess, whatever they're gonna do. So, here we go. Some more shitty news. Oh, sorry, I had to stretch. Oh, crap. Here we go. Okay, what are the chances of a war between the U.S. and China actually look like according to experts? Okay. Well, let me tell you.
Did you ask Chat GPT?
Yeah. I ask AI.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Same thing.
The head of Air Mobility Command's recent memo predicted that the United States and China will be in a war in 2025. So, not looking too good for us.
Yeah, well, I hope not.
I mean, I hope not either, because I don't think we're going to actually win. People's minds are too stuck in the,
Past.
yeah, man. It isn't like that now.
Right.
Chinese military is up there.
Yeah.
They have the biggest navy right now. That's nuts.
Yeah.
And they have more people than us. Way more.
Yeah, but they're losing people.
Well, that's because of the whole killing the baby thing.
All right.
But yeah, so now also Jinping, which is the president of China.
Jin.
Jinping.
Jin. I think it's Jin or something like that.
Okay.
Or she.
Jinping. I don't know.
Something like that.
Plans to visit Russia. China faces moment of reckoning on Ukraine. Now, why is he going to Russia for a visit?
Just gonna say hi to his buddy, I
Yeah,
guess.
I guess. So it's going to be China, Russia, and now Iran.
Right.
Cool. Great. They're just picking wars with everybody. I don't understand it. I really do not.
Well, I don't know. When you're the big dog, they come after you. So,
Yeah.
especially if you're pushing your weight around all over the place, like we do,
Right.
and we shouldn't be doing.
Well, yeah. Well, it's crazy because of the fact that it's just like nobody, like we talked about before, a lot of people are just living in this cloud like, nothing's going to come out of nothing.
Right.
It's all talk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if it's not? Do you know how big of a shit show that would be? Like, not just here. The whole world would be in a shit mess.
Oh yeah, the whole world. It'd be be nuts.
Yeah. So, I got a clip to play real quick if people don't mind. It's kind of a long clip, but I figure I'd just do it in the first half
Okay.
or whatever. But I think it's very interesting, and I think that people will actually get educated from hearing these clips or whatever. And this isn't from these clips are from here technically, but it's not played through any media source here. It's played in Australia.
Okay.
Paging Dr. Faggot.
Oh
Paging
God!
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Wrong one.
And now we have a war between Russia and Ukraine with potentially hundreds of thousands of people dying. We must demand immediate negotiation of a peaceful end to the war in Ukraine, or we will end up in World War III, and there will never be a war like this. We will never have had a war like this, and that's all because of stupid people that don't have a clue. And it's also because of the kind of weaponry that's available today. We never had weapons like this, the destructive capability of weapons, modern weapons. I know more about it than anybody because of the fact that we built our military. You could just look at Russia and say, see, when you talk about going to war, it's not as easy as people think. It's just not as easy. Who would have thought that would have happened? But remember, he's still got a second layer, and it's a very powerful layer. And we have to be very smart and very nimble. We have to know what to say, what to do. And we are saying exactly the wrong thing. We'll end up in a World War III.
Yeah, I heard. Well, after this is over, I'll talk about it in a minute.
US President Joe Biden has warned Russia could use nuclear weapons as Moscow faces mounting setbacks in its war with Ukraine. Ukrainian forces are making significant counter-offensive gains as they try to liberate Russian-occupied territories.
President Biden warns the risk of nuclear, quote, Armageddon is at its highest in decades as Russia continues its attack on Ukraine. Moscow has alluded to the possibility of using nuclear weapons after suffering setbacks on the battlefield. At a fundraising event on Thursday, the president said of Russian President Vladimir Putin, quote, he's not joking when he talks about the potential use of tactical nuclear weapons or biological or chemical weapons because his military is, you might say, significantly underperforming.
The reality is that if he did use a nuclear weapon, I don't see how the United States and NATO would not respond to that.
But as recently as this week, Pentagon officials said they don't have information that would require a change in the alert posture of U.S. nuclear forces.
We don't assess that President Putin has made a decision to use nuclear weapons at this time.
In Ukraine, Russia is facing mounting losses in its 8-month invasion. Ukraine's military says it recaptured roughly 200 square miles of territory this week. The gains have been primarily in the Kherson region. President Volodymyr Zelensky vowing to liberate those areas still under Russian control.
The day will surely come when we will report on successes in those areas that are still under the control of the occupiers.
And in an apparent rebuke to Vladimir Putin, activists from Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia won the Nobel Peace Prize today.
So, just saying.
They won the Nobel Peace Prize.
You know, I mean, what is your personal prediction, Randall?
I don't have a prediction. It's all I would have never thought this would even have happened anyway, remember?
Right, yeah. I said they would definitely invade, which they did. You said nah. But like what do you like as we are now, do you think that there's a chance he really might use they're saying tactical nuclear weapons.
Right.
That's not like dropping a huge giant bomb and destroying the whole country or
Right.
whatever. This is small ones that's going to able to destroy like a city.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But yeah, Ukraine's a big place anyway. It's like it's pretty big.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that. I was just gonna say when the funny thing is whenever when Trump was making his speech about that, and he actually made another really good one. Like I don't know if it was the same day or not, but it was the same day a bunch of other crap dropped. Like, I think I think it was like the same day they were talking about Biden's, or Biden and Pence's, classified documents or something like that. It was the same day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah.
they're trying to take the attention away from Trump
Right.
and, putting it on something else. And anyway, that's what the media does.
I mean, yeah, they've just flipped shit and flopped shit to whatever direction they want people to go in. They'll just flip it that way.
Right.
I agree. But before we get to our little break of ads and all that stuff, I wanted to talk about a little, kind of on a lighter note, but not
Yeah,
really.
this is comedy, man. We're
Yeah,
not
I
supposed
know.
to
I
be
don't know
bringing
what the hell
people
we're
down
doing.
here.
So this is what I think is this is comical. So get this. Straight out of the Terminator. Oh boy. You guys ready for this? This is weird shit. Straight out of the Terminator. A tiny robot can melt, escape from prison by sliding through secure bars, and then reform into a solid and complete tasks. Are you serious? See, now they're just getting crazy.
What are you talking about? That's out of the Terminator movie?
No. They have a tiny robot that can do this. Now, you remember Terminator 2?
Yeah.
Where that liquid cop could
Right.
walk through the bars and then reform again?
Right.
That's what this thing's doing.
Really?
Yeah, it can go melt down to a liquid, go through the prison bars, and then come back to a solid and do shit.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's real. This is where we're going. This is what I'm saying. This is when technology gets stupid and we need to leave it alone.
Well, that's the same thing you could say about the AI chat GPT.
Well, that too. They need to leave that shit alone too. Everybody, I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to watch this new movie that just came out called Megan. Have you seen any previews for it?
No.
Okay, so it's basically where we're probably headed. Okay, your kid can't make a friend because they're a loser, or you've made them into an invert by trying to keep them too safe and not letting them play in the dirt and whatever. Anyway, so I haven't seen the movie. So what the trailer or whatever, this little girl needs a friend. Okay, their family buys her an AI play friend. Right, she's a little girl too.
Right.
Well, then this fucking AI chick starts going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, this AI girl doesn't want her to have any other friends but her.
I just listened to a podcast the other day, or yesterday, actually, and the guy was talking about AI. He's a big fan of the AI stuff.
Right.
And then, so the other guy was saying, well, what about, could you imagine a time in the future where your only buddy is your AI buddy?
Right.
And you're driving to work one day and you're like, the AI buddy's just joking around with you because he's comical, because you like comedy.
Right.
And he goes, "What are you doing, loser? Why do we need to go to this stupid loser job?"
Right.
And then he goes, "Oh, I'm just joking,"
Yeah.
But then eventually he kind of goes more and more like
dark.
That girl you're dating is really treating you bad. She, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
You need to get rid of her.
Yeah. Get rid of her. Like, I don't know. Maybe kill her. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm joking. No, like, seriously, kill her.
Right.
Yeah. I could definitely see crazy, weird shit. Here's the problem. We already know that computers are smarter than we are.
Right. Yeah, they can play chess better than we can now.
You know what I mean? So you go creating these AI robots and all this shit. Yeah, I believe that they'll eventually start thinking for themselves, and it'll be algorithms from everywhere.
Right.
And it could be a serial killer algorithm.
Well,
Who knows?
Here's the bad thing. So so right now, like ChatGPT,
okay,
that's ran by several people, and they kind of try to filter it out, like they don't want, you can't ask it how can I build a nuclear bomb
right
right now. But here's the problem. People's going to copy that, and then they're going to put it out on the black market, and then it's going to be able to tell you how to build a nuclear bomb.
Well, yeah. Well, it's the same thing with, you know, I'm sure your average Joe doesn't, well, maybe. Like, there's some people that have no clue how to build a pipe bomb. Okay?
Right.
Probably one of the easiest bombs you could ever build in the world, technically.
I don't know how to build one.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how to build one because it's, I'm not going to have shit kicking in my door.
Right.
And I don't have any either.
Right.
Okay? I don't plan on having any. I don't want any. I'm just saying, like, it's a pretty simple concept. You know, it's like fireworks. You know what I mean? They're legal.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, anyway, fucking moving on before I get in trouble.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, we'll be kicked off YouTube for sure for this.
No, we're not giving any information. I mean, I don't know. I've never built one or anything. You know what I mean?
No, I
I'm
know.
just saying, like, the concept to me seems like it'd be easy, but I don't know. I'm not going to try it neither because this is how my luck would go. I try to do something stupid like that just for an experiment at my own property, just to see if I can. Then you don't hear from me ever again.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then my wife comes home and she goes, "What's all this red mist all over the ground?" Oh, that's Sean. That's what would happen. But yeah. So, yeah, no thank you.
Oh, man.
I don't even like fireworks, man. To be honest with you. I don't like setting them off myself.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Because I'm always like, what if this thing's made in China? What if this thing's a dud?
You never had... Have you ever had one, like, when I was younger, I liked them. I used to buy them, you know, for the 4th of July or whatever. You know, when they go wrong...
Yeah, it's bad.
It's usually bad.
Yeah. Like when you got the canister, you know, where you...
it falls over.
Yeah, fucking tips over. Like before it goes off.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
No.
It's not like you can run up on it and like save the day because you're
Right.
going to get hurt.
Right.
Yeah, you just have to be like, all right, I'm riding it out.
Yeah. It's your house. Catches your house on fire.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Well, see, that's why we don't set them off here because, like, I'm not really worried about my house catching on fire.
Right.
But I'm worried about our neighbor.
Yeah.
Because he owns a cattle, like, a little small cattle operation over there, and he has a shit ton of hay that's, like, right up next to the fence of our property. Now, what the fuck kind of insurance plan would that be? Or would your insurance even cover something like that? If a spark flew in his hay, burned all of his hay, and then started catching his barns on fire and killed his cows, you know?
Right.
Shit. And I don't want to find out. That's why we're not setting fireworks off here. No, thank you.
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, we're going to take a quick break, you know, for our ads. No, I'm just kidding. I call them ads, but they're not. They're just shout outs or whatever. And it's information that'll let you guys know how to come on the show if you want to, which is very simple. Matthew did it. Matthew booked his, Matthew from Iowa booked his shit right on our Facebook page. So I'm just saying, it's not too hard. Don't be scared. Come on, via phone. But anyway, we'll be right back after this. And then, yeah, I'll talk about my experience that I had just the other night, which you guys might find entertaining because it's ridiculous. You got something to say, Randall?
I was just gonna say, it might, it's actually better if we have somebody in the studio, but only person we have here right now is Bernie.
Yeah. Bernie's always here. He's always hanging.
But anyway, but yeah, we would take guests over the phone if you got. I'm sure it'd be hard for you to, you know, get here if you live in another state or something like that. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm more getting at. Like,
Right.
You know, people that live in Iowa, like Matthew, or people that live in like Alabama, Mike that came on. And,
right.
You know, people from Kentucky that's been on. You know,
Right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for them via phone, which I get because everybody we talk to has like normal lives.
Exactly.
You know, they have jobs, they have families. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere, and if you do, yeah, don't go anywhere. So just forget it. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, I'm Sean.
And I'm Randy.
And we're here to tell you about how to get a hold of us and where we can be found online or on the line. Here we go. One place you can find us is Randall.
RuralAmericaPodcast.com.
There we go. RuralAmericaPodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook. Just go to Facebook.com/RuralAmericaPodcast. Where's our podcast located? Anywhere. All over.
So far.
Till we get canceled.
Right.
But hey, we've been working on getting canceled for 2 years, but it hadn't happened yet. So hopefully they're going to let us go just a little bit longer anyway. But you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Breaker, Anchor.
But if you want to watch a video, you got to go to Spotify or Anchor.
That's true. Or you can catch us on YouTube now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Our show is absolutely free. If it's free, it's me. That's what I usually say. Our show is, obviously, if you're listening to this, you know what our show's about. Come on.
Right.
Don't be scared. If you want to be a guest on the show, don't be scared. You can come on via phone. Okay? We'll give you a number to call. It's all discreet. You can call in and say your name's Bobby Hill, and hey, guess what? Your name's Bobby Hill. We don't care. But you can go to, like Randy said, you can go to Rural America Podcast. You can go there. You can also go to our Facebook page, like and join. Don't be scared to like and join. Okay? Like and join and follow.
Right in. Right in, please.
Definitely write in. We love hearing from people. And if you're not from this country, write in. We want to know what's going on in your part of the world.
No kidding.
So we can give some shout outs real quick to our listeners all over the world. Obviously, United States. Duh. That's where we're at. Germany, United Kingdom, India, Brazil, Canada, Thailand, Singapore, Israel, Bangladesh, Jamaica, Italy, Poland, Philippines, Australia, Belgium, Norway, Indonesia, Uruguay, Japan, Taiwan, Hungary, Ireland, Russia, Russia, you say? That's right, Russia. Dominican Republic, Portugal, and Republic of Lithuania, which I have no idea how they found us, but their rabbit ears must be huge.
Right.
Anyway, they must have ham radio or something there.
Could be.
You never know. Anyway, I want to thank all our listeners. It's a pleasure doing this every week, and we're glad to make love to your ear holes every week. We love it.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on, I say. Anyway, I don't know if we have any wrestling fans out there in the podcast world of Rural America Podcast, but if you do, go to TripleCrownWrestling.com. You can find them online, on the line. And you can also go to their Facebook page and check them out there. They have merch. It tells you every single time they're going to have an event. It's a great time. You guys definitely need to check it out. Hey, if you can't get there, you can at least watch them on their YouTube channel. They have a YouTube channel now, so check that out. Make sure you check it out. Randy!
Okay. Also, I'd like to shout out to Lake Cumberland Speedway. In 2023, they're opening up on April 1st. It's open practice. Their first event will be April 15th. It's the American All-Star Series. And if you want to go to their website, it's lcspeedway.net.
Oh, you thought we were gone, didn't you? They thought we were gone. We're not gone. We're still doing it.
Anyhow.
Anyway, so don't forget to check us out on all of what we said. Good God, that was long. And don't forget to check out Triple Crown Wrestling and Lake Cumberland Speedway. And
Fishmoon.
Oh, yeah. If you guys are ever in Rushville, Indiana, you need to check out Fishmoon Brewery. Holy shit. Let's just say, it'll make your day.
Yeah.
Brew and the food is amazing.
Even my boss has gone there before, and she loves it.
See? There we go. It's all over the world now.
I'm sorry, I work for a woman.
They have women worker now? What is this? The 2020s? Yeah, we're in the future. It's weird. All right. Well, we'll let you go. We're going to get back to the show now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little stupid ad that we have to put in here to just make our lives more complicated. But hey, whatever it is we got to do to make our show better. So
There we go.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Randy.
And this is Back to Rural America. Every time.
What?
Sometimes I forget to hit those.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Start talking, and then we're like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay, so true story. Just saying. This happened to me the other night. So, I've been having problems with my knee, right?
Right.
The back of my knee, there's something wrong with it. I don't know what it is. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. But I think I'm a better doctor than the doctor that I seen. So, just saying. So, I had to leave work because my knee was hurting so bad. I couldn't stand to be on it any longer. So, I left work. I went right to the emergency room, which I don't do. I'm not one of those emergency room people. I don't like going there. I don't want to be sitting there. I hate it. So, anyone that actually knows me knows I don't go to the emergency room for shit. I'll just wait. And that's what I've been trying to do is because I have an actual doctor's appointment in March, like just my regular old man checkup thing. So I was going to wait till then and then mention it or whatever, but I can't handle it anymore. There's something behind my knee that feels like it feels like somebody's pulling a tendon in there and letting it go and snapping. It hurts like a motherfucker is what it hurts like. It hurts bad. But anyway, so I leave work, go to the ER. They have me put on a mask, of course, because, they work. Anyway. So I had to put the mask on, and then the nurse is like, do you want a wheelchair? I was like, yeah, that's fine, unless you want me to take like 35 minutes to hobble back to whatever room we're going to.
All right.
So anyway, they get me back there. They ask me all the questions, what's going on, whatever. They said they're going to order x-rays. I was like, I don't need an x-ray. Nothing's broke. Like, I know it's not my knee itself, like my kneecap or, anything like that. It's something behind it. Anyway, they don't listen. They give me the x-ray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they need that money.
They need the money.
Anyway, so it wasn't 10 minutes after I got this x-ray. And it was one of them x-rays where they actually come in the room with that little machine, and do it right there in the room.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, they do the x-rays or whatever. Oh, yeah, look, it's bones. Oh, look, there's nothing wrong with them. I can tell this by looking at the picture.
Right.
I know it's not my bones. I've had broken bones. Anyway, it went 10 minutes later, the doctor rolls in, ER doctor. He goes, yeah, I don't see anything broken in there. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. It's behind my knee, like tendons or, ligaments or whatever in the fuck you got behind your knee. That's what's hurting me. And anyway, he looks at it and he's like, yeah, I'm more of like, make sure nothing's broken. And I go, okay. So then he goes, well, I'll get the nurse to bring you some ibuprofen and an ice pack. I was like, I don't want ibuprofen or an ice pack. I want to know what's wrong with my knee. Like, I don't like pain medicine.
Right.
I'm not there for pain medicine like some, pain seeker.
Right.
I don't care. I'm dealing with it now. I'll keep dealing with it. I just want to know what it is. Do I need to have my leg cut off? Do I have a tumor behind my knee? Is it cancerous? I want to fucking know what's wrong with my knee. That's what I want to know. So then anyway, this guy says, oh, yeah, I'm going to refer you to an orthopedic. Oh, great, because that's the only sense you've made since I've been here. Okay?
Right.
So he says, yep, we'll do that. My thing is you probably need to go somewhere like Walmart or somewhere where you can get one of them slip-on knee braces. I already have one, bro, and it's sitting right behind me, or right beside me on the bed. Literally.
Huh.
It's right there. I'm like, obviously this guy is a quackadoo. And then I knew he was a quackadoo when I heard him call him over the intercom, right? To come, like, you know, obviously he had some other shit to do or whatever.
Paging Dr. Faggot.
Dang on it.
Dr. Faggot.
Total joke. That wasn't. Anybody that knows that movie knows where it's coming from, though.
I don't know what movie it is.
Hangover.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, they're talking about Stu, the dentist guy.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it's just a joke. Come on, lighten up. But no, this doctor was a hackwad. Anyway, I get all my paperwork. I'm free to go. I'm free to hobble back to the car. I get home. Didn't even look at the paperwork. But once I get home, this is what it says. Diagnosis, knee pain. Yeah. I diagnosed that when I was at work.
Right.
Then it says, on a couple pages later, circled, real big, get help immediately if you have bad knee pain. That's why I was there in the first place. So am I supposed to turn around and go back and be like, yeah, did I not mention it's bad? Like, come on. So now I got a fucking appointment with the orthopedic, which are never fun. Because they're gonna send me to get an MRI, which takes like 2 days to get. You know, you lay in there and yeah, I can't stand them.
I know, I've had them.
Yeah, it's awful. So that was my other story for this week. Rabbits and doctors, they're out to get me. Hopefully, I don't have to have surgery or anything on my knee. I'm gonna be really upset. I'm not kidding. I don't like surgeries, and if I do have to have surgery, they better give me a local anesthetic like they did my hand when I broke my hand, which means they take these giant needles and these super huge syringes filled with liquid lava. That's what it feels like. And they fucking shot it into my hand, in between my knuckles. It hurt so bad, I almost cried. But I did cuss a lot. But I had my surgery, and I was totally awake and alert and everything. Mm-hmm. They put up a screen, so I couldn't see what was going on. But I couldn't feel nothing. I could just hear the drill, like they were drilling in, putting these rods into my hand or whatever. Totally fine. Now, I want them to do that with the knee as well, okay? I don't have time to be put to sleep. I don't like being put to sleep. You're basically, they put you to death.
Yeah.
And there's a machine breathing for you. Now, what happens if, they're like, okay, wake up. Hello. And my body's like, yeah, I like this way better.
Right.
No, I don't want that. I want to be awake, damn it. Anyway, we can move on from that. I'm just saying. Stupid shit.
I would just say, have some more lattes.
Yeah. Drowned it out. Sean, quit being a pussy. Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah.
Go outside, find some dirt. Easy to do here in rural America. It's everywhere. Rub it on it. It's an old Native American remedy, isn't it?
Sure is.
Or a redneck one. I'm not sure.
I don't know either. It could be either one.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Well, I'm glad you got that off your chest.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for listening to my rant. I appreciate it. It was just weird because I felt like I was inconveniencing the doctor. Like, I was bothering him.
Right.
It's like, well, whatever. All right, moving on. Okay. A catastrophic mutating event will strike the world in 2 years, a report says. A World Economic Forum report says business leaders believe a catastrophic cyber event is coming. Cybercrime will grow from $3 trillion industry in 2015 to a $10.5 trillion industry by 2025, the same year we're supposed to go to war with China. Isn't that a weird coincidence? Everything's happening in 2025. Maybe we're right, Randy. We're all going to be wiped out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we didn't talk about this on here, did we? Yeah. Well, oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, like somebody...
yeah, because I said bullshit. And you said there's not going to be any humans left on the Earth by 2025. And I was like, bullshit. And now here we are.
Right.
More shit coming out. You probably gave him ideas, Randall. Way to go.
It could be.
And it's an odd year, and I don't like odd years. I don't like odd numbers. That's what it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm kind of a even guy myself.
Yeah, this is crap, man. So, yeah, cyber attacks. I mean, what are we supposed to do about it?
I don't know. Nothing. Well, I guess stock up on food. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Stock up on grain. Surprised we still have any over here in this country.
Well, it might be coming to an end too.
Yeah, so will ground beef because it's so terrible for you.
Yeah.
Lucky Charms. Just saying.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's coming out of the World Economic Forum.
Yeah, they're a bunch of trash.
I don't see them being. They've never been right about anything.
Well, the only way they're going to be right about it is if they cause it. That's my thing.
Yeah.
They know it's coming because they're going to cause the problem. And they're gonna be like,
possibly.
oh my God,
Poss-
power
possibly.
outages, no more food. Yeah.
Could you realize if the grid goes down for 2 weeks, how bad it would be?
That would be awful. People be offing people left and right.
Yeah.
Especially in cities.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
And I'll tell you what it's going to be. It's going to be all these young teenagers and 20-something-year-olds that are like, my Facebook won't work.
Right. I can't charge my phone.
That guy's got a generator. Kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be weird.
Well, on that, I was just going to say Biden's going to lift the pandemic emergency in like May or something like that.
Ooh, finally?
Yeah.
Who told him to do that? His new person in charge?
I have no idea. I just heard a story about that yesterday that he was going to lift it, and but it's not going to be till May. So
right,
he already said the pandemic was over. What was it?
Yeah, forever ago.
A couple months ago.
Yeah, and now it's not going to be till May.
Right.
Well, you got to keep people locked down for these cold months. May's when shit starts popping back off. You got what's May? Memorial Day.
Right.
Got to be out for that. Got to have your big parties.
Oh yeah, you need to plant your food too. Usually in May.
Yeah. Don't forget to plant your food. Don't be like me and plant my food on a hill because that doesn't work out too well.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad.
Oh, I also heard this. Obesity is caused by genetics.
Why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you might be thrown a wrench with your genetics for sure. But
well, yeah, I'm saying
there's no excuse for obesity, I don't think.
No. Just because okay, say you have a dad who's 6'5", 300 pounds. Right?
Right.
And then you have a mom who's like 5'11", tall for a woman. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she's a big lady.
Right.
Chances are you're going to be a tall, big individual. Right. You have two choices. You can either cram yourself full of shit and be a fucking lard ass, or you can cram yourself full of decent shit and like do things activity-wise.
Right.
And you're just going to be a big person. Like, if you're a dude, you're going to be one of them people that you look at and go, Jesus, I hope that guy wouldn't get pissed off and grab a hold of me. Could you imagine?
Right.
Yeah. Not this, like, look over and be like, Jesus Christ, how many fucking buckets of chicken did you eat this morning, dude?
No, I don't know. I thought that was kind of crap too. I just heard that's coming out of the freaking government said that.
Right.
Or I don't know if it was the government, but somebody said that. I heard it. It was a story anyway. I heard two different people talking about it.
Yeah. Well, here's a little science lesson for you.
All you got to do is
go ahead,
be active.
Yeah.
Somewhat active. I mean, you don't have to
You don't have to run. You don't have to run 20 miles a day or anything.
Right. Just be active.
Just move.
Yeah. Anyway,
take that porta pot. The living room. The old living room shitter that you have because you're too lazy to get up and get off your Xbox. Trade it in for a real chair where you have to get up and you have to go use the restroom.
Right.
You have to push the button on the toilet to flush it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Come on, get real. Well, here's another problem, too. You can eat as healthy as you want, right? I mean, you can eat salads and fruits and chicken and fish and, all this stuff that's good for you.
Right.
But it's still, if you're eating fucking 8,000 calories of it a day and you're not doing anything, you're going to get huge.
Yep.
That's just a fact.
Well, especially if you're genetics.
Yeah, and if you have genetics to be a bigger person,
right,
then it's gonna be worse on you. Yeah, you have to move.
Yeah.
You can sit down and exercise, okay? Men can jack off. I'm sure that burns at least 20 calories.
You say so.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not liquid. I don't know these for facts. I'm just saying. At least I would think it at least burn 20 calories jacking off, especially if you've been drinking, because then it takes forever. Start sweating. You can't get out of breath. You have to take a little short break. You're like,
I'll take your word for it. Oh, shoot.
Women, I don't know about them. I've never asked any of them. Maybe I should, though. Or write into the show and tell us what it's like to masturbate as a woman. Is it hard? Is it better than sex? What do you think about when you're doing it? Is my wife lying to me? Is Randy's wife lying to him? Hey, write in and let us know. No,
actually, I was just thinking. I just heard Bob and Tom. They were talking about this, and Christy was on there talking about it too. And they had a story that I don't know. Shoot, I can't remember the percentages, but they had a story anyway about so many percentages of men has never masturbated. Or
bullshit.
Never self-pleasured is what
Liar.
they said. That's what they said. They self-pleasured.
Those are liars.
And they said 30% of women has never done it.
I don't believe that for a fucking second. I'm just saying. Yeah, no.
I can see the women part.
I get maybe the women part, but I don't know about women, but dudes, nah, that's a lie. Those are the dudes that are like, no, I've never done that before. It's like, what, are you still 10? You still acting like it's a secret and nobody knows?
Right.
Hey, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I've seen the bottom of your shower when I'm taking a shit, and it's full of jellyfish. What's that from?
All right, let's get off this. Google's now concerned about TikTok.
That sounded like I was shitting in the shower, by the way. That's not the case. All right, go ahead.
Anyway,
Randy.
so like a lot of the younger people, they're only on TikTok now.
Yeah.
And they're not using Google.
Uh-oh.
And that's why a lot of people think that they want to why the government's wanting to ban TikTok is because TikTok's a foreign company and Google's an American company.
Right.
So
yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So instead of searching for something on Google, they'll search for it on TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going to be the same thing with that ChatGPT.
Might
also, people's going to just look that up instead of freaking Googling something.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I use Google every now and then, but a lot of times, most time I use freaking DuckDuckGo.
Right. Usually if I'm going to, if I use Google, it's usually to get directions because it's easier or to look up images. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do that a lot, but that's about it. Jennifer Aniston, bikini. Thank you.
Did you see the movie when she was in the bikini? What was that?
We're the Millers.
Yeah, we're the
When
Millers.
she's stripping in that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Pulls the shower thing down on her. Yeah, she's hot as shit, dude. She's still hot as shit. My goodness.
No, I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Moving on. Former President Trump, now free to post again on Facebook and Twitter, has increasingly amplified far-right accounts, worrying some experts on extremism. See, they're already attacking him, and he hadn't even said shit yet. He never said anything extreme before. He just talked shit.
Right. What was the one I was telling you earlier? Oh, no. I didn't tell you this one.
Oh, boy.
You was talking about Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is one I got earlier today. Donald Trump declined to testify more than 400 times in fraud investigation. That's the headline. I haven't read the article.
Right. But that's his right.
Yeah.
They say don't testify. Like if you're on trial for something, they say you don't ever want to get up there and testify because you could incriminate yourself.
The problem is he always talked before he was president. He always talked about people taking the fifth.
Right. Well, yeah.
And he always said that nobody should ever take the fifth or whatever. And now he's saying that he, now there's a reason to take the fifth,
Yeah.
And if you people don't know what that means, it means the Fifth Amendment, where you don't have to incriminate yourself in a
right.
In a lawsuit.
Like I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't testify. I'm an idiot. I get all bent out of shape and mad and just start snapping and going off the rails probably.
Right.
So, probably wouldn't be a good thing for me to do.
Yeah.
I'd listen to my lawyer. Whatever my lawyer said to do.
Yeah.
And if he was wrong, I could beat his ass. Oh, yeah. Putin versus the West. Boris Johnson says Russian leader threatened to kill him with a missile strike.
What?
Yeah. Boris Johnson saying that Putin threatened to kill him with a missile strike. Now, is that true? I don't know. But that's what
Boris Johnson's not even prime minister anymore, is he?
No, he's a loser. I mean, he's probably trying to just get back in the head.
He's probably just wanting to get back in the news. I don't know.
I mean, I don't see somebody, as big as Putin personally calling you and being like, hey, you know what? You're dead. Missile strike. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know Putin. Maybe he did call him up and be like, you know what? I'll hit you with a couple missiles, bitch.
he must be nuts enough. He might be able to do that, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't have any idea what's going on over there. I don't want to travel that way.
No.
I am going to stay over here. It's the safest places here for now.
Right.
Now, we'll see in the future.
Yeah.
Tides could turn. And that's when you'll see me going across the old Atlantic Ocean with my sail up on my little tiny wooden raft that says a Rural America Podcast, and me trying to broadcast from the ocean.
Yeah.
Hopefully I make it.
You'll have your little laptop in there with you?
Yeah. Yep. Until the battery dies.
I'll be swimming behind you.
Nah.
John, wait on me.
We'll build enough raft where we can both get on it. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says cuts to Medicare and Social Security will be off the table in the upcoming debt limit talks. So that's nice.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but at least it's going that direction. That's the two things you don't want to cut and screw old people that already worked their whole lives.
Yeah, already paid in.
Yeah, they already paid in. They're retired. Leave old people alone.
Right.
I think technically, if you work your whole life and then once you retire, the government should just give you $1 million cash, tax-free, plus your Social Security. Especially nowadays, because, they're just shipping trillions to other countries. I mean,
Right.
hell, they could give you $1 million. It would be like picking up $1, basically, for
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Pisses me off. This country's so stupid.
Well, they can just print off as much as they want, so why not?
Yeah, supposedly. I seen a thing where the United States Treasurer, I didn't read the whole article, but they were talking about printing a $1 trillion.
Oh, I've heard this
platinum coin.
Yes, I've heard this. They want to mint a $1 trillion coin.
Yeah,
and that would pay all our debts, supposedly.
But we're like 30-something trillion in debt.
I know. Well, I know.
They're gonna print 30 of them.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
We're gonna mint 30 of those bad boys.
I don't know, man. I heard it's a bad idea. It would cause inflation also again. More inflation.
I mean, yeah, we're screwed. I think it's what people don't realize. People keep listening to these stories of like, oh, it ain't gonna last that long. No, we're screwed. I've never seen it this way. Have you?
No.
Right. And a lot of older people that I've talked to said they've never seen it this way. So
I've said it before on here, and I'll say it again. When Ross Perot was running for president, our debt was $3 trillion.
Right. Now it's 35.
And anyway, he laid out what you can do with $3 trillion.
Right.
And bought his own airtime with his own money, just to explain it.
Right.
And he laid it all out. And you can do a lot with $3 trillion.
Oh, well, yeah, you could.
And anyway.
Well, it all started with Bush.
George W. or the other one?
George W.
The older one.
George W.
Yeah.
I think we were like 10 trillion in debt. And since George W. to now, we've went to 35 in that short amount of time. But up until Ross Perot, right? So from Andrew Jackson, who cleared the debt, actually,
right.
all the way to Ross Perot. How many fucking presidents was that?
A lot.
Yeah, we only got 3 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
And then somehow from 2000 to now, it's went up that much. Like, what? How's that even happen?
Well, I'll tell you why.
Where'd all them trillions of dollars go the day before 9/11? That's still never been answered.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. But, anyway, no, I know, you know, and we talked about that on here before. Andrew Jackson's on what, the $20 bill?
Yeah.
And he was the only one that was against. He was the only president we've ever had that was against the federal. He was against the federal, like a localized federal currency.
Right, yeah.
Or bank.
Right, yeah.
Like
federal bank.
Yeah, the federal bank. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the only one against it, but they put him on the $20 bill.
Yeah.
Also, Abraham Lincoln also. He was against that, too.
Well, it's just nuts. You know what we should have never got off of? We should have never let the government create money. We should have just stuck like it was like way back in the day, where it's like you walk into a store with some gold dust, they weigh it, then you can buy your flour and your eggs and your milk or whatever in the hell you're going to buy or whatever.
Right.
That'd been the best way to keep it. Silver and gold. Even if it was coins, you know what I mean? Still.
Silver and gold.
Yeah.
Silver and gold.
It's not the way it is anymore. It's like this paper, not worth nothing. Bloop. Make airplanes out of it.
You know what I was referencing, right?
What, the song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Rudolph.
Rudolph, yeah. Excuse me.
Anyway. Yeah. I don't know, but they can't just keep printing money. There's no way. I mean, look at shoot, what was it? I don't know. There's other countries where things cost like, for example, I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. You go down to, say, Mexico. Things cost like, you know, you might buy a pop for, you know, which here would be like maybe $1 or something like that. Down there it'd be like 50,000 pesos or something. You know, I don't.
Right.
You know, I'm not sure about
Which is
all
50
that.
cents. No, I am, because I talked to this guy, his Mexican guy at work,
Right.
about it. Yeah, so like it's like one of our dollars equals like 20 of theirs. 20 pesos. $1, one American dollar will get you like 20 pesos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is dollars down there. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you could live pretty good down there if you had a bunch, you know, if you had, say, a couple $100,000, you went to Mexico to live. You could live down there pretty fine for a while.
Here's what scares me.
That's why you're not allowed to go down there to Mexico and buy a car and then bring it back.
Oh, you're not allowed to?
No. Fuck no. Hell no, you're not. Yeah, because we could go down there and buy a Lamborghini and come back and be like, look at this thing. Cost me 10 grand.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know you wasn't allowed to do that. But anyway, this is what scares me. So the only thing that holds the dollar up right now is, this is what I've heard, is you're only allowed to, like Saudi Arabia, for example, right?
All right.
They have to trade their oil with U.S. dollars. And that's the only thing holding it up, to be honest.
So if they decided, you know, we're not doing that no more,
yeah,
then we'd be screwed.
They're talking about it.
Yeah, well.
They're talking about switching and going to another currency.
Yeah, ruble. Making Russia strong again.
I don't know if it's ruble. I think it was something else.
Yen from China.
I think maybe. Maybe it was.
I'm telling you, dude, the United States right now is on a downward slope, like really fast.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and it's from all the government spending. Don't let them try to fool you into Putin and Trump's fault, or it's anybody else's fault. It's this country's fault. It's this administration's fault. People running the country right now, that's whose fault it is. And if they try to say anything different, they're liars.
Well, I would say I wouldn't blame it totally on either this administration or Trump's administration. I would blame it more on the deep state.
Well, yeah.
Because they're the ones actually running everything.
Well, that's true. But I'm saying that we have inflation in this country right now because of all of our spending.
Yeah.
The government says, no, that's not true. But that is true.
It is true.
They're like, oil's up because of Putin. No, it's not. We just went over this.
Yeah.
We have 500 and something years left of our shit. Let's start using it. It's fine.
Right.
Okay? We could use up 100 years of it. Totally cool. You still have 400 years. That's a long-ass time in people years.
I think we need to go to. We need to build new nuclear plants, new ones that are safe. You know, to power our electricity.
All right, get rid of the lab meat right off the get-go.
Yeah, get rid of all that crap. Get rid of the lab-grown meat, the plant-based meat.
No, we got to keep the plant-based meat around for these, you know, vegans and vegetarians. You can eat it all you want. I don't care what they. I don't care what they do.
Stuff's terrible for you.
It is, but they think they're, you know, saving.
Okay, well,
saving animals.
We can have a few of that, a little bit. Maybe.
Saving animals by killing everything that lives in the ground.
But anyway, yeah, I would say put up some nuclear plants to make energy, make electricity, like new ones that are safe, because they can build them safe now.
Yeah, safer.
Though they can build them totally safe. They can shut down.
Unless Russia shoots a missile into it.
If something goes wrong, they can actually implode on themselves, and they're just sealed in the ground.
Yeah, no, but how bad's that affecting the ground around it?
It's not.
Really?
No.
What happens if you went and tried to plant some corn on top of that soil? You're going to have some weird-ass corn? Giant corn?
I don't think so.
It's big?
I think it all collapses in on itself, where, like, if something goes wrong, like
they do with an oil well.
Yeah.
When it catches on fire.
Right.
You know, and it's sitting there burning, they just throw the dynamite in there.
Right.
Blow it up, shuts it off.
Right.
Yeah, kind of like that.
But anyway, we need to do that, and then still keep burning our fossil fuels, and keep energy low, like gas and natural gas and electricity. Keep it all low. If for the next 100 years, whatever. By then they'll figure out how to do
Something else.
well. By then they'll figure out how. They've already figured out how to do nuclear fusion, right? Or
Yeah, but
they
that's
just
dangerous.
They just figured that out, I guess.
Well,
They actually got it to work.
the universe did first because
Well,
of
yeah,
our sun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying they figured out how to do it recently.
Right.
Did you hear that story?
I did hear that story, but I think that's dangerous, man.
I don't think so.
You don't think it is? See, I'm thinking like Spider-Man, Doc Ock, and he makes that fusion thing, Anyway, Spider-Man fans know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking
Randy's like, fuck off, city boy. You and your nerd talk.
about. No, but anyway, I mean, actual fusion would be okay. So our nuclear stuff now is fission, right?
Right.
And I think they just figured out fusion. It actually worked just recently.
That's a lot of power, though. That's what I'm getting at. That's a lot of power.
Right, but I mean,
So if it got out of hand, what's going to happen? Be like a mini sun just exploding in Earth.
well, I don't know. You'd have to, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm being naive, but I just thought it was pretty cool that they figured it out. And maybe it's a possibility that we could have free energy, free electric energy.
Well, nothing's free. Somebody's going to own it. Losers.
Well, yeah, we'll get charged for it, I'm sure.
Yeah, the only thing free we get, technically, is tans. Because it comes from the sun. Unless you're going to a tanning bed. Don't do that. It's a cancer bed.
No. No, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just saying, like in the next 100 years.
Well, yeah.
As long as we can last another 100 years, hopefully without blowing ourselves up.
Nah, that's coming 2025, remember? You already said.
Yeah, I know.
And they're saying.
Anyway, surely we'll figure out something in the next 100 years.
I mean, I would hope we would.
Right.
We figured out so much shit in the last 100 years, it's weird.
Yeah.
We figured out radio, the movies, or moving picture shows, as they were called when they came out. We already had vehicles, I guess, 100 years ago. Like Ford, the Model Ts and all that. But, more modern vehicles, passenger airplanes, the nuclear bomb, cell phones, television, computers, like podcasts,
Right.
internet, everything has been created within the last 100 years or so. You know, so what are we going to come up with in another 100 years? That's what I'm getting at.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So use it up.
Yeah.
Use our stuff up.
Right.
I don't know what you're getting at. It's because somebody's pockets ain't getting greased. That's what's happening.
Right.
Like, oh, we're energy sufficient. No, we shouldn't be. We're ruining the environment. Let's sell our oil to China. They don't live on this planet. They're in Jupiter. It's just, I don't know, it's silly shit to me. Anyway, a Russian company offers 60,000 reward. It says 60,000 pounds, which I don't know how they can do pounds. But whatever. 60,000.
Wait. You said Russian?
Russian company offers 60,000 reward for first soldier to destroy and capture a Western tank. Now, that's pretty risky for 60 grand.
Yeah.
I would need more than that.
Yeah. I know.
Maybe like 600 million.
Yeah.
And then I would consider doing it.
Well, I think the first tanks that are going to be sent to Ukraine is going to be from Germans. And actually, that's the only reason why we agreed to send tanks. You know, we got on this earlier, but we just kind of glossed over it. But the only reason why we agreed to send tanks, because we wasn't going to. But
yeah, then Hunter Biden got involved and made some money.
Germany said, well, it could be. That could be. But no, Germany said that they wasn't going to send any tanks unless we did, because they didn't want to take the,
the risk and getting involved?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course not.
Right. So that's why we agreed to send tanks. And that's why we'll never send them any tanks. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was going to get at earlier. We'll never send them tanks because they said our tanks wouldn't be available for a year, but Germany's going to send them now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm getting at here?
I mean, yeah, I get it. Yeah. We're basically gaslighting Germany.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the Germans and the French and the Italians and the Turks, they're all kind of upset with us.
Everybody's upset with us.
I know.
It's weird.
I'm talking about U.S., not us.
No, yeah, not us, because we have fans that listen to us in Germany.
Right.
You know what we're saying. Maybe. I don't even, well, it doesn't matter. Everywhere speaks English. We just suck at learning other languages.
Right.
Which is, I find odd too. But anyway, lazy. I know.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in 2025. Hopefully nothing. Hopefully the world just keeps going like normal, but
yeah,
I don't think so. I think inflation's really going to get shitty this year. Like, it's just getting worse. It's not getting any better, and it's not going to get any better until we start,
making stuff here.
Yeah, making shit here. Plus, going back to our own oil and our own energy and all that shit.
Right.
That's what's going to bring prices down. It doesn't matter what the administration or Congress or whoever says whatever. That's what it is. That's what's going to start fixing things to get back to normal prices of shit. Not sending 1,000 tanks to Ukraine or, money here or money there, or, these kids in Africa who have no idea about Western society, they need to know about transgenderism. So we're going to send them $85 million to learn about it. What?
Yeah. That was a thing too, right?
Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah. Sending these, fucking people money to try to teach these kids in third world countries about transgenderism. Why? They don't know what it is. They don't care what it is. They haven't cared what it is for thousands of fucking years. Why are we wasting U.S. dollars on this shit?
Right.
You want to learn about it? Come over here. There's plenty of people that want to teach you about this shit, okay? Bring them over here. That would be cheaper.
That would be cheaper, probably.
Like, hey, you want to learn about chopping your dick off and getting a pussy? No. Well, then get out of here.
Shoot.
I'm just saying, if you walked up to a teenager in another country and they have no idea what transgenderism is, and they were like, oh, well, what is it? And we're like, okay, we're going to take you in this operating room. We're going to chop your little dick off. We're going to basically turn that shit inside out, stick it up inside of you, and then you're going to have a vagina. Won't that be fun? No. Next.
Hey, on that point, I got another one here. I don't know if you heard this. Okay, queer men are not able to give blood if they had had sex in the last 3 months. Do you know that's a fact?
Why? Because of monkeypox?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Probably because of AIDS.
Well, that too. That'll get you.
That is a...
Yeah, but straight people get AIDS too.
Well, they can, yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's been proven.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know.
Ryan White
Yeah.
from Indiana
Yeah.
passed away due to a blood transfusion from AIDS. Terrible. Thanks, Fauci. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
Thanks, Fauci. You handled that one good too,
yeah,
didn't you?
Idiot. Queer men can't give blood.
If they've had sex in the last 3 months. It's what the story was.
Well, I mean, what about straight people? Is there a rule for them?
I don't think so.
Of course not. Racists.
Yeah.
I mean, that's racist as shit, I think.
Well, I wouldn't say racist. It would be
discriminatory, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Discrimination.
discrimination.
It's like, what about that white guy over there who's a straight man? Sir, he's not queer. That's weird.
Okay, well, the actual story actually said if you've had anal sex in the last...
Dudes do that with chicks all the time.
No.
Not saying I'm one.
I know.
Okay?
I'm not either.
My wife says no. I'm just kidding.
She goes...
No, I'm just kidding. Have you ever had anal sex?
No.
He's pleading the fifth. He's doing a Trump. All right, we won't get into it. We'll move on.
Okay. Let's just...
But no, I think that's weird that they're saying that, because even if it
I don't
is,
know. That's a policy, I guess.
I mean, even if it is anal sex, who gives a shit? Because a guy who is single and bi, right, could go bang some dude in the ass and then turn around and bang some chick in the ass a few nights later, and then he can go give blood because he's like, yeah, I'm not gay.
Right. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I just heard that the other day.
Who wants to give blood anymore anyway? I'm paranoid because they're taking like your genetics and they're like mutating the shit or some craziness.
China's going to get your genetic code, probably, maybe.
Yeah, we'll be on the battlefield one day and then I'll see myself as a clone.
Right.
I'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Come to rule America. And he's going to be like, rule America, it's you. Yeah, it's not going to be good. Wouldn't that be weird if you met your cyclone? Your clone? Yeah, that would be very strange. I mean, it might be cool. For a minute.
I'd be like, hey, buddy, come here. Give me a hug.
Let's hug it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, have you ever seen Time Cop?
No.
No, with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No.
Okay, so basically, they end up time travel gets invented, right? And then they make a police force that deals with people trying to go back in time and alter the past or whatever to benefit them or whatever. Or, you know, they go back and they rob a stage wagon full of gold with machine guns. You know, they travel into the future, or they travel from the future to the past with that shit or whatever. Anyway, so on there they say the same matter can't occupy the same space, right? So if you and your past self see each other, you have to stay a distance. If you don't, you'll die.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder if that's true. Is that true that the same matter can't occupy the same space?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I doubt it. To be honest with you, I doubt that is true. That was a thing.
I mean, it was a movie, so.
Well, it was all. I know.
I'm over here like, is it true? Time travel's real?
Well,
time travel might be real. We don't know.
We don't know, but I think that was a plot on a Star Trek episode too. Also, maybe not Star Trek. Maybe Star Trek Next Generation, something like that.
Right.
Oh no, it was actually on the Star Trek movies. That's what it was. They were, when Spock, remember when Spock went around? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
When he went live long and prosper.
Yeah, live long and prosper. Where's those people at nowadays?
Yeah, no. Anyway, when he was like alive or something like that, and then in the first, I think it was the first new movie of Star Trek.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he
met his younger self.
Yeah.
And I think the guy was saying something like that, like, well, we shouldn't be talking because,
right.
Something like that.
Right. I mean, everybody.
If you're talking about the same matter, not being able to do whatever,
right,
be in the same space or whatever, right? Anyway, they kind of clashed there a little bit at first, and then he ended up telling him some stuff.
Right. Well, also, like, name one person in the United States. I don't want to say the world because some people might not know about it. But anyway, name one person in the world that wouldn't like to just travel back in time to your younger self and give them a little bit of a heads up information. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, there's probably not one.
Yeah.
Not one that you can find that doesn't want to do that.
Right. I mean, I would.
Oh, yeah.
I'd want to travel back and be like, hey, you're getting ready to get stupid. Don't do that. Okay?
Right.
Stay over here.
Yeah. Randy's getting ready to bite your ear.
Yeah. Randy's going to bite your ear tonight. Don't go to the Pacer.
Yeah.
You're going to wake up alone.
Right.
It's going to look like Randy evaporated into the floor. Don't be scared.
And you're not going to have your phone.
Yeah, you're not going to have your phone. Your ears bleeding fucking everywhere. I'm surprised I didn't get charged a blood cleanup fee for that room because I didn't even pay attention if I like bled all over that couch or not. Good times. That's what happens when rural America people go to the city. We get crazy. It's like the opposite. When you send city people to the country, they're like, this place is gross. It's dirty. It smells like cow shit out here.
Right.
And then we get to the city. We're like, yeah. What? Beaver juice on sale? Bam. Let's get 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went a little crazy when we went out. That's the first time I actually went out with like anybody though, besides my wife for a long time, like doing something like that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
We'll have to do it again.
It made a good story.
We'll have to do it again.
Yeah, we'll but yeah, this time we'll say we're going to a church retreat or something. Because I don't think they're going to let us go back to a Pacer game. Not at all.
Maybe Colts game. How about that?
Yeah, we'll go to a Colts game, and then they'll be like, you guys ain't getting a room, are you? But at a hotel? No. We're staying at a motel this time. They put up with more of the blood and shit. Screaming. People can't find their key. I'd actually be scared to stay in a motel in Indianapolis. You know it's got to be in a shit area.
I don't even know if there's any there.
I don't either, but even our motels that we like have around here, not a hotel, but the motels,
right?
Even they look scary. They look like the Bates Motel. Like, I don't want to go in there. Do you? But after we get to drinking beaver juice, who knows where we go?
Right.
Like, Randy, it looks like there's a blood stain on your mattress. Fuck it. I'm tired. Yeah. Good times. All right, let's move on.
Okay, move on.
All right, let's move on to some sad but weird news at the same time. It's back, and I don't know how it's coming back, but it is. This is great. You ready? Okay. Tyree Nichols' death is an example of systemic racism in policing, experts say, leading to adverse effects in communities of color. Now, if you guys don't know who Tyree Nichols is, he's the guy that got beat by them 5 cops, ended up getting put in a hospital and ended up passing away. Terrible tragedy.
Right.
The only problem with that is all the cops were black.
Yeah.
So how in the hell does that make sense? These
I know.
they must be right-wing extremist cops.
I've heard this, I don't know, several times about, like, for some reason, I don't know, people's trying to, like Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton's a racist.
Well, he definitely is. Al Sharpton and, shoot, I just listened to a podcast the other day with, what's the name of the guy that was running for governor in California that lost?
Shit. We were just talking about him.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember.
Oh shit, I can't remember him. Hold on, let me see. I could probably find it.
But yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna.
Anyway,
it says the death of Tyree Nichols, 29-year-old black man who died following violent encounter with Memphis police officers, has put diversity in policing back into the spotlight. I get all that. Here's my thing about this whole situation. Okay.
okay.
There's assholes in factories. There's a group of assholes in a factory. There's a group of assholes at the fire department. There's a group of assholes in the police department. There's a group of asshole soldiers. There's a group of asshole Navy people. There's a group of asshole fucking anything. If you ground up enough people, you're going to find them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what drives me crazy is, yeah, these 5 cops that did this are idiots. 100% fact. They're dumb shits.
Yeah, I didn't watch the video, but I heard it.
Right.
Because I was working, so I just listened to it.
So I watched it. They're telling him to get his hands behind his back.
They
already had hold of his arms.
Yeah, and then they were telling him,
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground. He was laying on the stomach.
Yeah.
The whole time.
It was crazy.
But
it was the dumbest shit.
I know.
It was like retard cops.
Actually, the guy I was talking about, I found his name. Larry Elder.
Larry Elder, yes.
Okay.
I like Larry Elder.
Yeah, I do too. Anyway, he was on a podcast I was listening to the other day, and they were talking about this whole thing, and the person that was doing the interview with him was asking him, you know, is this really like white supremacy? Because they're trying to spin it as white supremacy, and she played clips about the media spinning it to where it's some kind of white supremacy thing.
Yeah.
And he was just laughing about it, and then he would just comment. He goes, you know what he said?
What?
He goes, he quoted the I don't know, the report that came out in 2020 where, you know, he goes, you know how many black people were killed by cops in 2020? It was like, I don't know, 18 or something like that.
Right.
You know how many white people were killed by cops in 2020?
Oh, yeah, it was more, way more.
Like
unarmed.
Like 37.
Yeah, unarmed.
Yeah. So
and that's another thing that bothers me is, now don't get me wrong, it's all wrong for sure, but you can't hype up the lower number just because they're a different color. That seems racist in itself to me.
Okay. Well, let me finish what he said. He also said that he thinks it's a problem that the media is like blowing this all out of proportion about being, you know, some kind of cop violence. Because here's the thing. He goes, the cops are in the neighborhoods where the crimes are happening.
Well, that's true too.
They're not in like, you know.
Yeah, they're not in the suburbs somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. gated communities.
Right. And he said the bad thing about this is if you keep hyping this up, and this is a black guy. I'm just saying Larry Elder is a black guy, and he's saying this. So he said that the bad thing about it is a cop is going to maybe be more hesitant now about how he handles a black person than he is a white person.
Right.
So it's going to...
Yeah, because you don't want to get in trouble, and you don't want to get labeled a racist.
Right.
Right. That's what I mean. It's screwing everything up.
It's screwing everything up.
You know. Yeah, it's very annoying. And I'm sure it's very annoying for normal, everyday to do good police officers, because there's definitely those out there.
Well, yeah, and like you say, you're a normal, everyday, regular police officer, doesn't have no racism on their mind or nothing. No matter what color you are, black, white, brown, whatever. And then all of a sudden you got a guy, you got to arrest a guy that's like resisting arrest, but I'm not saying nothing about that whole thing because that was all wrong. Those cops were definitely in the wrong on
right.
What's his name? Tyree.
Yeah. Tyree Nichols.
Okay. Those cops, and they got what they deserved. And the bad thing about it is there was riots all over everywhere because of it.
No, there hasn't been yet.
Yeah.
Oh, is there now?
No, there was some in I think New York City.
Oh, okay.
There was some in I think Atlanta. Atlanta's its own thing.
Yeah,
we haven't really talked.
Yeah,
much
Atlanta's
about
riots.
Atlanta.
Atlanta's riots were because they built a new police compound. Weird shit.
Atlanta's a whole other story. We haven't really talked about that much.
Right. But we haven't talked about those shootings either in California.
Right.
And I don't want to.
Right. I don't either.
Even though it happened in the Asian community
by
two Asian
right.
men.
Right.
That's all I want to say.
Right.
But yeah, you don't see that getting all wimp-womped about, Asians, it's supremacy against Asians. Like,
yeah, white supremacy.
Yeah, it's white supremacy, but it was an Asian guy that did it. Well, we traced it back. He had like 1/10 white in him, so he's a racist. Anyway.
I know.
And then just like, now they're trying to say this was race-driven or whatever, and it was 5 black cops, so I don't know how you can say that.
Well, here's what he said. Here's what Larry Elder said. He thinks that he goes, I'm not sure about this, but he goes, maybe for some reason you can't get anybody to work anymore, so maybe they lowered the standards, and maybe they allowed some people that would not have been hired by the police force to be hired because they needed people.
Yeah. Well, I guarantee it because, okay.
Well, I can't guarantee it, but
no, I can. Well, to a certain extent, I'm just saying. So, I have a buddy who's a state police officer, right? And I was hanging out with another mutual buddy of ours, and he was like, he was I don't know if you know what a Voxer is. Do you know what Voxer is?
Nope.
It's kind of like a walkie-talkie back and forth between phones. Like you could download Voxer on your phone, I can download on mine, and we could talk about like the Colts game if we were both watching. Like, do you believe this shit? And then it'd be like, can you believe this shit? To you, and then you could be like, fuck now or whatever. Anyway, my buddy was Voxering him.
So like texting.
Yeah, texting, but like voice.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why I said it's like kind of like a walkie. Kind of, but anyway, so they're talking or whatever, and I said, hey, tell him to grab me a application. Just joking around for the state police, right?
Right.
And he goes, you really want me to? That's what he said back, and I go, hell no, I can't become a police officer. I'm too old. And he goes, no, you're not too old yet. And then I said, which everybody already knows, it's not a secret, I got a DUI a long time ago. I said, well, I got a DUI. And then he messaged back and he said, hell, that'll probably get you a promotion. Because there was a time, like, for a long while where, like, everybody was like, nope, not being a cop.
Right.
Like, people dropped out of the academies and everything because they were just like, not happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were pretty desperate for cops for a while. So, yeah, that's what I mean. That probably is part of it.
Could be.
You know.
I don't know. That was his take on it. You know,
it's the same way.
And they might have even been like, you know, it's possible those cops, or maybe not all of them, but maybe a few of them maybe had prior arrest for, like, say, drugs or something.
Right.
But they skipped over that because
Right. Yeah.
because they needed people.
Right. They would have skipped over my shit, and I'd been out there just drunker than a skunk.
Yeah. You've been out there driving around drunk.
No, I wouldn't have drove drunk. I would have just parked on the highway somewhere,
Right.
set up my radar gun, and just took a nap.
Yeah.
Or drink my beer. Either way.
Right.
No, just kidding. I wouldn't really do that. Huge mistake on my part for that. I paid the price for it, and I've moved on, and yeah, it wasn't a good time. But whatever. Mistakes happen. That's why I don't judge people who make mistakes and get in trouble. Well, you know, unless you're a fucking child molester, then that's just too bad for you.
Right.
That's just not something I'm gonna be like,
Right.
well, maybe he just messed up. No.
No.
You're a fucking child molester.
Right.
And I don't want to be around you anymore. Ship you to Epstein Island, okay? With nothing. No food, no water. You got to gather your own supplies. Boil the salt water. Hope the salt gets out. And then hope it doesn't and you die. Anyway, moving on.
Are we still up?
Oh, man. No, we're not. What happened? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're fine.
You scared me for a minute.
I know.
Oh yeah, let's move on here. Let me. I got to get this one out. Okay, so just to let you know, we talk shit about Republicans also.
Oh yeah. Well, go ahead. Get me mad, Randy. No, I'm totally kidding. No, this show is red and blue free.
All right.
We're red, white, and blue on this show.
An Arizona Republican.
Okay.
Was arrested because he ran his election and he lost. Denied the election. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Denied the election and then actually had allegedly coerced these people to go shoot up these Democrats' homes.
Right.
And anyway, yeah, I can't remember the guy's name.
He probably wearing a MAGA hat, wasn't he?
I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe. It probably was, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, these people were arrested because they were shooting up homes in Democrat like representatives or whatever he was running for. I don't know what it was, but anyway, they had shot up their homes and stuff.
Right.
And didn't kill anybody. Nobody got hurt or nothing like that. But they shot up their homes. But anyway, it got tied back to him somehow.
And now he's in jail.
Yeah, he's in jail.
Yeah. There's wackos on both sides.
I'm just saying, yeah.
I'm just saying.
There is.
Yeah,
definitely.
big time. People are idiots. There's idiot rights, there's idiot left, there's idiot middles. I mean, you know, there's idiots everywhere just like there's assholes everywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what group you're in. Just because you're all red doesn't mean everybody in your group's the smartest in the fucking box. And just because you're blue doesn't mean that. And just because you're here doesn't mean that. And just because where we are, you know, rural America.
Well, we're definitely idiots.
Yeah, we are. I'm completely dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know shit. Sometimes I wish I did. That's why I wish I could travel back to the past in a time machine, see what really happened to Lincoln. I'd get tickets to the Ford Theater that night and be like watching the whole time, and be like,
Would you stop him?
No,
No. Why?
because could screw shit up later.
Oh, yeah, but have.
That's like going back and like killing Hitler before all that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be great,
Right.
but at the same time, what would it cause later?
Yeah. Might have been another more extreme person.
Right, and then they could be like, we come back to the future, and now
It's just like-
the United States is covered in Nazi signs and
Right.
crazy shit.
The funny thing is yeah, they say that about if you would have killed Hitler back in the day, what would happen. But I was going to tie this to something else, which would be, here's the thing. So what am I?
No, it's just like it's like your microphone is on Viagra for a while, and then it just like
God dang it!
Look at it.
Oh, it's falling down. That's what the hell.
That's
it
what
is.
happens. That's what the greatest thing is like I'm sitting over here watching it slowly happen, and it's just like, oh, I'm not really interested anymore.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry, it kept falling down. Anyway, the thing about going back in time and killing Hitler is the same thing of what you would get if you want a regime change in friggin' Russia.
Right.
Like, okay, really? Is it going to be better?
Yeah, probably not.
No. There is no way it's going to be better.
I would agree. Yeah. I mean, you go messing around with, if you could go back and mess with the past, yeah, I think you're going to screw a lot of shit up for the later in the future. I think it's going to make it worse, not better.
Right.
Like killing Hitler would be an amazing thing to do back. It would have been an amazing thing to do then, right?
Yeah.
But not now. Because it's already over. It's already came
It's
and
already
went.
been done.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't go back and try to change it now because you could screw shit up that's happening now. That's
Right.
my thing. Yeah.
Right. And it's the same thing with trying to it actually, to be honest, that's what's happened with Zelensky in Ukraine. I mean, they put in Zelensky. United States backed all that. And, now that's just what we got.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
If we wouldn't have done that back in 2014, pretty sure this wouldn't be going on now, and a lot of Ukrainians wouldn't be dying, and a lot of Russians.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird how things pan out. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I'm anxious to see how this is all going to pan out. The whole the wokeness is starting to go away, thank God.
A little.
Okay, so it's starting to go away from comedians. Comedians
comedians are already over it.
Yeah, they're over it. They're moving on. They're doing the comedy. If you don't like it, like we say, if this show ain't for you, you don't have to listen to it.
Right.
That's why we don't take. We've already said we're not interested in ads and all that stuff anymore. We'll do shout outs if we like your shit. If you don't like your shit, we're not going to talk about it.
Right.
But yeah. So anyway, you ready to just shut her down, Randall? Yeah, we're ready to shut her down. I've got to pee.
Oh, do you?
That's not normal.
I will say this real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
600 people fired from Spotify.
Really?
I heard that
the
other day.
Cutting limits, huh?
All of the tech companies are firing people left and right.
Oh, probably.
Well, it started with Elon, but
right
after that, I think Spotify, Google, the only people that are hiring now is TikTok.
Bet they are. Trying to get that inside information on Google and all that play.
I don't know. I'm just
Who knows?
saying.
So, All right, party people, we're going to end the show. Appreciate you guys for listening. Appreciate you guys who are watching. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the show. I know we didn't. I know we got a little dark there for a little while talking about war and all that stuff, but I think it's important as well. I know we do a lot of comedy on the show. We do a lot of news, then we make fun of the news or whatever, and you really can't make fun of nuclear war, really.
No.
But I think at the same time, it's informative to keep people outside of their bubble as well as inside their bubble.
Right.
Like, these things are really going on, so you need to pay attention to them. Mm-hmm. Don't dwell on it. Don't make that your whole life dwelling on shitty things, because there's nothing you're going to do about it anyway, just like there's nothing we're going to be able to do about it.
Right.
We just give the news, and then we go on to funnier shit like the rabbits or the doctor or, you know, obviously dumb shit.
Jerking off.
Yeah, jerking off. Let us know how that worked out. Anyway.
Just live your lives.
Yeah, just live your lives and have a good time. Hopefully you guys got a few laughs out of the show today. But yeah, if you want to come on the show, you want to write in, we would just love write-ins. So write in, let us know your thoughts. We won't mention your name if you say, hey, don't mention my name or I will fuck you up. One, I'm going to message you back and be like, you ain't going to fuck me up, but I won't mention your name, okay? Don't threaten me. No, I'm just... but anyway, all right, we're going to get out of here. Hope you guys had a good time. I'm Sean.
And I'm Randy.
Are we? You decide. No, I'm just kidding. I was talking about clones. Just clone reference. All right, I'm Sean.
And I'm Randy.
And this has been Rule America.